Great day, everyone, and welcome to 3CP TV. My name is Yathis Johnson, and I am the founder and president of 3CP, Third Culture People. 3CP TV is a media resource helping individuals become third culture people, where you learn to embrace a greater variety of cultural identities and skillfully bridge the gap between our differences. So when you watch 3CP TV, you learn how to connect with anyone at any time from anywhere in the world. So today we have with us a guest, a special guest, a guest that I'm quite familiar with. Her name is Pricilla Cheung. And Pricilla is a friend, but she's also a work colleague. She is our digital marketing and communications manager at 3CP. So she's a young Asian American woman from Oregon. She holds an MA in Intercultural Communications and a B.A. in International Business. Pricilla is currently based in Denmark, and she'll tell you a little bit about that, but she loves traveling the world. And so that's one of the reasons why we have her on this particular episode. So she manages our 3CP's social media platforms and communications to engage with our online community. And then she is integral in helping us with promoting the 3CP movement. So she is an integral part of what we do. She brings with her tremendous enthusiasm, creativity, strategic thinking, and a global perspective that expands our team's capacity. So Pricilla has an academic background in digital communications. She has experience there. She elevates our global digital presence. So we are so appreciative of you, Pricilla, joining us today. Would you just give a quick hello and greeting to our audience?
Hello, everyone. Greetings from Berlin, Germany right now. So great to be here today with you all.
Yes, and this is indicative of Priscilla's world travels, which we'll get to in a minute. So becoming a third culture person will not only grow you personally, but it will grow you professionally, allowing you to expand beyond your imagination and your limitations so that you can, again, connect with anyone at any time from anywhere in the world. And you could be an inclusive leader within your organization. So at 3CP, we say we change the way you view diversity, equity, and inclusion everywhere. So Pricilla, why don't you come back and talk to us more? Give our audience a little bit more about yourself. Give us some insights.
Hi, everyone. So I think Yathis has given a nice intro to me, and I can add a little bit more. I am a Hong Konger American, born in Hong Kong, from Portland, Oregon. I see that as my home, and I currently live in Copenhagen, Denmark. I moved to Denmark 4 years ago because I got a full scholarship to study for my master's here in intercultural studies. Graduated 2 years ago, and somehow Denmark has kept me here. So I've been here for 4 years, working remotely for and with Yathis and 3CP and a very international team. And as he said, I love traveling. It's the greatest passion of mine. I love cross-cultural encounter with people, meeting people from all around the world, and just seeing just all these amazing things. So yeah, I've traveled to, I think, 46, 47 countries now and lived in 5 countries so far.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing, Priscilla. So Priscilla, that brings up the question, that posed the question. You've traveled close to 50 countries in the world. What propels your passion for travel?
Yeah, traveling around the world has always been my one and only dream since I was a kid. Like, like in elementary school, like in kindergarten, the teacher will ask the kids, "What do you want to grow? What do you want to be when you grow up?" And other kids will say, "I want to be a teacher, I want to be a doctor, firefighter, or police, or lawyer." But I have always just want to be a world traveler. I just wanted to see the world, and
Wow.
I just feel like I was born to be a traveler. I feel like I have so much curiosity to explore new places, meet new people, and learn about new cultures and languages, and just gain
Mm.
new experiences. And I think traveling is like the way that I get to do that. It really broadens my horizon.
Yeah.
I'm very, very just fascinated by all the different cross-cultural encounter and interaction that I have with people, to
Yeah.
know like how
Wow.
different people can think or behave or reason, or have their logic very differently.
So you're like a
So yeah,
traveling anthropologist or something,
yeah, I guess
or
I am.
cultural anthropologist. So Priscilla, with you traveling all these different countries, meeting all these different cultures, what are some skills that you could pass on to our audience? How do you connect with so many different cultures?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think the more I meet with people from all around the world, from different cultures, different social, economical background, or speaking different languages, from different professions and age, even,
Mm.
the more I actually realize that we are so different, but yet we're so similar in many
Yeah.
ways. For example, no matter what country or what culture you're from, almost everyone around the world, I can say they love their family and
Hmm.
friends.
Yeah.
Most people enjoy spending time in nature, or they like animals.
Hmm.
People grow up, people get married, people have kids, build their family, and people get old. Like that's all just human. That's what we share. And so even if there were maybe language barriers, I think a smile or music or even body language can still connect us somehow. So I think for us, it's just to keep an open mind and be respectful to things or people that are different than us. And that's how I try to connect with people that are from different cultures.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So now you kind of answered the third question that I had for you, in regards to what advice would you give others who desire to travel and have these immersion experiences? So you gave some advice there already, having an open mind and so forth, being willing to just lean into that, to that process and those opportunities. Any
Mhm.
other would you advise? Because there are people who they enjoy travel, but something you do that's kind of unique. You don't just hang out at the tourist locations. I know people travel the world and they're just like tourists, right? But
Yeah.
like, you have these true immersion experiences where you get to hang out with indigenous people. So talk to us a little bit about that. What advice would you give people who love to
Yeah.
travel? Like, how can they go deeper?
Yeah, well, you're actually really right. As much as I, for example, if I go to Paris, of course I'll
Mhm.
go to the Eiffel Tower and look at it and get to know it. But I don't only stay, when I go to France, I don't only stay in Paris. I try to go to other small towns. I try to go to other places so that I can get like a more different angles, or get to understand the country differently. I think staying in the capital oftentimes just like kind of gives you like one side of the story.
Mm.
And you're right, like connecting to local people is the best way to get to know a country and a culture. But to go back to your original question, what advice I want to give to others who wants to travel. First of all, just go. Don't
Mm.
wait until your kids grow up. Don't wait until
Wow.
you retire. Don't wait until you earn X amount of money. Just don't make excuses, because you never
Mm.
know if
Wow.
you still have the health or the energy to travel. And
Yeah.
also, you never know if the places still exist, with climate change or like a natural
Or
disaster.
pandemics.
Exactly. You never know if you still get to see those places, and they might be disappearing before you know it. So
Wow.
just don't wait. Just go. And another thing I feel like a lot of Americans actually have like a misconception about is that traveling it's so expensive. And I
Mm.
want to say that traveling doesn't have to be so expensive. There are so many ways to travel at a lower cost. And one example I want to give is through Couchsurfing, which is what I'm doing right now in Berlin. I'm traveling in Berlin this week. Couchsurfing, if you don't know what it is a concept where local people open up their homes to host you for free. And the purpose for Couchsurfing is it's a community of travelers to help each other out and to build that international friendships. So I've been Couchsurfing for a few years now in quite a few countries. And I've met some of the most like just warm-hearted and friendly, hospitable and interesting people around the world. I cannot recommend it more. It's really the best way to meet local and like get the most like insider insights of a place. When you do Couchsurfing, then you get to meet locals for sure.
But Pricilla, two questions that come from that emerges in that conversation is one, the safety of couch surfing, and then two, if you're, have a spouse, or a significant other, will they be open to two people couch surfing? Because when I think of couch, I'm thinking literal, like
right.
couch that I'm sleeping on is one person, unless it's a pull out, that's it's the logic of it.
So first of all, Couchsurfing is a name, it's a concept, but it's not limited to just a couch that a host is offering to. It could be a couch, but I've also been offered a private room. I've been offered a mattress, a bed, or it can be anything that a host, has available that they want to share. And like right now in Berlin, actually, I am very fortunate to have a room to myself, so that's nice. So Couchsurfing, yes, couch, it's in the name, but it's not just a couch.
Right.
To answer your question about safety, and I know it's a concern for many people when they first hear about Couchsurfing. And I wanted to say, actually, the way that it works is very similar to how you would book an Airbnb. So I know most people have used Airbnb, right? So you go into the app or the website, and you obviously look at the rating, the reviews of the host or the place. You look at pictures. And of course, if there are positive reviews and if there are many stars, or if the pictures look good, or the description of the host or the place is very detailed, and then you can trust that. So it's the same way as Couchsurfing for me, especially as a solo female traveler. Of course, I take care of my own safety as well. So every time I request a host, or I look at hosts in the place that I'm traveling to, I of course will look at the rating of the host that I'm requesting. If they have a fully or detailed profile, if they have pictures of themselves, if there are like 20-30 people before me that have been hosted by that person and they all have positive things to say about him or her, then there's a great chance that he or she is a really good host, right? And I can say I've done Couchsurfing more than 20 times now, and 95% of the time we're really, really, really positive. I haven't had really negative one. I've like maybe neutral, but like just really positive. And to answer your second questions about whether they can host two persons or more, it depends on the host. If they have a big house and they have many rooms, they can. If that host really only has one couch, they might say I can only host up to one person. So again, the same as how you use Airbnb, you look at you type in the number of travelers you have.
I see.
And then they will filter out the host that can host how many people. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Pricilla, we have time for one last question. Okay. So any stories of people you've met you want to highlight, or stories of unique places or some wonders that you want to accentuate, just to let our viewers hear, something special that you experienced?
You are putting us at risk of going over time. It's really hard to choose. But I can share something from my recent travel to Georgia, not the state, but the country, which is near the Black Sea. Well, first of all, Georgia is a really, really beautiful country. If you haven't seen any picture, haven't been there, highly recommend it. If you like hiking, camping, if you like nature, definitely go there. They have like gorgeous mountains. Just everyone will love it. They have really good food, and people are very friendly and hospitable. And the story I want to share is that, so I was there in April this year for 3 weeks backpacking. And on my last day, I realized that I forgot my charger in the last city before I came back to the capital where I would, Tbilisi, where I would fly back to Denmark. So that city was 6 hours away driving, so really far away. And I left my Mac charger there. And I was like, oh crap, what do I do now? Because I need it for my work, and replacing it, it's obviously very costly and it's gonna take some time and stuff.
Yeah.
So I and in the last city called Batumi, I was a tourist there, so I didn't know many people. I met one girl while I was doing my nails there. And so I was just pulling all the strings that I could, and just I tried to contact her because we had exchanged.
Hey, let me butt in real quick. How much did it cost to get your nails done there?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I think it was like maybe $10.
What? Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Wow. So anyways,
not that I'm a big manicure person, but it does happen.
Well, it's actually not only for girls.
I know. I get my pedicure and manicure periodically. So
yeah. But anyway, so long story short, I left it in a faraway city, and it was 30 hours before I had to leave the country that I realized I left the charger. And after pulling some strings and just really trying to see if there's any way I can get it back within the next, 20 hours or so that I can have it before I leave. That girl that I met in the nail shop, she was so nice. Her name is Maria. And she helped me to fetch it from the guest house that I stayed in. And then she passed it to a bus driver that was going to drive between the two cities. And then the bus driver passed it to a local person who was the one that helped me contact that bus driver. And then that local person then fetched it to me. So I left a charger, and then the charger went through 4 strangers' hands to get back to me.
That's
and they
amazing.
Were all strangers. They didn't know me. They didn't have to help me, but they just went extra 2,000 miles to just want to help me. And I remember I asked, Maria, I was like, how can I thank you? Can I give you some money? I just really wanted to thank her and bless her. And she said, you're my friend. Of course, I'm going to help you. Like, I'm not going to take any money from you. And like, and if it was me who needed help, like, you're my friend and you will help me the same way too. So I was like, yeah, that's true. Like, that's just the friendship that you build, right? And I only met her for one day.
Wow, man, that's amazing.
She was willing to help me that way, and I was just so moved. And
that's special.
Yeah,
that's special.
So that was a huge highlight to my already really wonderful trip in Georgia, and just people, the experience with people, the friendship that you build oftentimes just change the whole experience in the country.
Awesome. Well, listen, Pricilla, thank you so much for sharing your story and being with us today. Really appreciate what you do, what you bring to the team, and the special opportunities you get to share, your narrative, your story of travel, and the people that you meet, the experiences that you have. So very special. Well, audience, this is another episode of 3CP TV. Thanks for tuning in, where you learn how to connect with anyone at any time from anywhere in the world. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, our 3CP TV, there to view our latest episodes. Also subscribe to LinkedIn. We're there, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so that you could receive more cultural intelligence, emotional intelligence, relational intelligence, DE&I content to help you grow as a person. Thank you for tuning in, and be well.